What's going on, people? So, I rented um, Spider-Man: Homecoming, and let's talk about it because holy shit, I think in a lot of ways, Batman would end up being sort of the same scenario if they did some of the things Spider-Man: Homecoming did. In this scenario, they completely skip over the jaded, um, how he became Spider-Man story. Homecoming doesn't touch on that at all. He just blurts it out, you know, hey, I was bitten by a spider. That's what he tells his best friend. And then his friend's like, can I get bit by a spider too? And he's like, this fucking spider's dead. What can I tell you? That's all that's told about how he becomes Spider-Man. Um, it follows very basically to show where this fits into the Marvel Universe. I mean, there's no where do I fit this in questioning. I mean, it shows you from beginning to end where this movie fits in, how it fits in. I mean, holy shit. They did very well here. It's like whoever wrote this thing knew how to write this fucking movie, okay? I mean, they knew what they were looking at, they knew what they wanted, and it's almost like they decided Spider Man is going to stand above the plateau we have for everybody. Um, I mean, sure, Michael Keaton kind of gets on my nerves because he's the Vulture, but I mean, I'm not against the Vulture. It's just, pardon me, I have a problem with him being a old super villain ish person. He's just annoying anyway. Okay. Um, they tack on Tony Stark's character, it feels like to me, but they remove him enough to where it, it feels right. You know what I mean? It's not overcrowded. He's there just enough. Um, I can't I can't complain too much about that. Um, the the love interest this time. I mean, you have to really know Spider-Man to know his love interest, to know who the hell he's chasing in this movie. Um, if you know Spider-Man, then you know who the fuck Liz is. And um, luckily, I actually follow Spider-Man more than just movies and cartoon shows. Like when I was growing up, pardon me, I had a few comics for Spider-Man because before everybody went ape shit over the comics are bad and bullshit like that, I read a few comic books for Spider-Man because they were not as dark as the Batmans or, as fucking crazy. They were more jokes flying and, you know, less graphic, I guess. So I had a few of them, and I knew who Liz was, and I know who, you know, Stacy. I know who Stacy is, and I know who Mary Jane is. I know who all his love interests are, So when I was like, okay, that's not Mary Jane. I was like, I know that's not Gwen. I should say. I don't know why I said Stacy. I know that's not Gwen. Um, I was like, that's got to be Liz. And then they were like, that's Liz. I was like, shit, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Because that's like the only one that they haven't pardon me, they haven't really touched on. The biggest annoyance to me came at the beginning of the movie, where he's doing like the phone documentary thing, and that's pretty much, to me, it feels like that's pretty much, hey, we're gonna tack this on because 2017 and everybody does the phone thing where they're vlogging their lives. That was the most annoying part to me. That's it. Like, that's the whole complaint department for me. The overall tone of the movie was really well. I felt like Happy was gonna get fired in this movie. Although when Pepper Pot showed up, I was like, "Hey, fucking right, she's in this movie, cool." Because I didn't think she was gonna be in it, and then Happy drops the bombshell about him carrying the engagement ring since 2008. I was like, "What?" And he throws it at Tony before they walk into the press room. I was like, yeah, that's funny as hell. But I mean, I understand the phone thing because it's showing you more of the story of leading into Civil War, because you see some parts of Civil War there. But it was just an annoyance to me. All that was funny as hell. I wish Tony would have given him the Mach 2 spider suit, but I guess we'll see some more of that. Probably Infinity Wars. Which I can't wait to see, because I want to see how they're going to incorporate Spider-Man's role in Infinity Wars, because we all know Spider-Man's got to be there. He's got to be in there. The movie was really well. It was really good. And the reason I'm saying it could definitely be like a Batman thing is because I know a lot of people are so tired of the Bruce Wayne, Thomas and Martha shooting story at the beginning of every fucking Batman movie. And I mean, it's the same thing with the Spider-Man. His I wish I knew the right terminology here for this, but they're tired of hearing oh, he was bitten by a radioactive spider. They're sick of seeing this every fucking movie. This movie took that completely out. And I feel like, hey, we could get a Batman that had done that, where we don't have to see Thomas and Martha getting shot. Maybe just a flash mention of it, not even visually seeing it, but just someone talking about it for like 2 seconds. That's fine. And it would just change the whole aspect of Batman movies. And I always felt like Batman and Spider-Man, for some reason, are just right there toe in toe when it comes to their movies. I mean, they're just so equally done with the amount of time they take on them. Not Batman v Superman and Spider-Man, obviously, but Batman in general. I'm still not happy with the fact that they canceled the Andrew Garfunkel Spider-Man movies, the Amazing Spider-Mans, because the way they ended them, pardon me, was leading into something that I thought was going to be magic. I mean, we saw Mysterion's helmet. We had, of course, Vulture. We had Rhino show up. It was going to be, I forget their names, but I know it's going to be the Six. I know it's got something to do with the Six. And I forget what their true name is. Pardon me. And I was like, oh man, that's going to be fucking insane. And then they cancel it out. And right now, I cannot say that Homecoming is promising to be better than that. But this shows signs that, okay, this is a good start, but this could definitely be a different level, but they should have kept that going. You know what I mean? Because they already started building on that, and that would have definitely been worth having, and this could have been a different thing. Because you know how DC does the universes, multiverse thing? They could definitely work with that aspect on Marvel level, especially with Spider-Man. Everybody was feeling the Andrew Garfunkel, the Amazing Spider-Man. Super excited to see Mysterion in Spider-Man, and then it's canceled. So, I mean, that's just my opinion on it. Oh, by the way, I don't know if you've been noticing this video or not. We got Cappy right here. I went out and bought him. If you follow me on Twitch, you've seen the picture of me wearing Cappy. Um, I had to buy 'em. Had to. They had one left up there at GameStop when I was there today. Just looking around. Oh, they had my Funko Pop finally after waiting for almost 2 fucking weeks. They finally had it. So I've got them all. She's got them all now. Everything's good. She finally got her fucking birthday present, her original birthday present. I got Cappy, and I got earlier than expected. The bonus freebie of Bane Funko Pop, which is over here with all these over here, from the animated series of Batman. I got that one for free because I took my, pre-orders over to ThinkGeek, and that was the one I got for free. I got that one. I got that one some other. I don't know when I got that one, but it came in earlier. I wasn't supposed to get it till like next week, and it got here like a couple days ago, or today. It got here sometime. I don't know when. But I know it's super early. It wasn't supposed to come until like way later. So, anyway. That's just my thoughts on Spider-Man. Well, Spider-Man Homecoming. I was like, that's my thought process with it. Is like, if they handled Batman without telling the origin story every single time, then I think it could definitely be just as good. Oh, one last complaint before I end it. What seems like moronic, almost dipshit, clumsy ass falling into everything. What in the hell? He just cannot control himself when he's around things. Like, his ability to land or even just have the basic functions of space around him. What the hell is that? Like, he's in his room, his spider senses is not tingling that someone's in his area, and that's how his buddy finds out that he's Spider-Man? It's like, you have no idea that your friend's in your room. Alright, well, at least we know you're not that fucking amazing. So, although Aunt May finding out that he's Spider-Man was hilarious, just all of a sudden, the very end, before it cuts the credits, that was great. Because I was like, how do you not know she's standing right there? Again, you're just so oblivious to yourself that you let yourself get caught. That was funny. It was funny and annoying at the same time. But anyway, you guys, deuces.